Take a walk with me to the edge of town where the smoke never clears and the sound of boots on cobblestone means one thing. Power is about to change hands. Because this is the story of the most feared gang in Birmingham. The men who stitched razor blades into their caps and carved their name into history. By order of the Peaky Blinders, let's begin. 1919. The war never really ended. The year is 1919. The war is over, but for some men, it never truly ends. At the center of it all stands Thomas Shelby, a war hero turned crime boss. Cold, calculated, always 10 steps ahead. But beneath that calm face, a storm, shell shock, nightmares, a mind that never rests. Yet despite it all, Tommy Shelby isn't just building a gang, he's building an empire. The rise of the Shelby family, the Peaky Blinders, aren't just criminals. They're family, led by Tommy, backed by his unstable brother Arthur Shelby, the sharp and loyal John Shelby, and the true backbone of the family, Polly Gray. Together, they control Birmingham streets. Gambling, protection, fixed races, everything runs through them. And their headquarters? A smoky pub called the Garrison. But Tommy wants more. Much more. The guns that changed everything, one wrong move, that's all it takes. A stolen shipment of military-grade guns accidentally falls into Tommy's hands. And suddenly, the Peaky Blinders aren't just a street gang anymore. They're a threat to the crown. Enter Inspector Campbell, a ruthless officer sent to clean up Birmingham. His mission? Recover the guns and destroy the Peaky Blinders, no matter the cost. Love, lies, and betrayal. Then she walks in. Grace. Beautiful, mysterious, too perfect for a place like this. What Tommy doesn't know, she's a spy, working for Campbell, sent to get close to him and find the guns. But something unexpected happens. She sees the man behind the myth. And Tommy, for the first time, lets someone in. In a world built on violence and betrayal, they fall in love. Enemies close, and as Tommy expands his operations, enemies begin to surround him. The Italians, the Lees, the Ira. Every move he makes pulls him deeper into a web of danger. But Tommy doesn't panic. He adapts. He manipulates. He plays everyone against everyone, even faking deaths to stay ahead. Because for Tommy Shelby, war isn't something he survived. It's something he mastered. The first empire is built. By the end of season 1, Tommy makes his move. He takes down Billy Kimber, the man who controls the racetracks. Gunshots echo, blood spills, and when the smoke clears, the Peaky Blinders stand victorious. They now control the betting industry. They're no longer just gangsters. They're businessmen. Legitimate, on paper, but power always comes with a price. London calling. Now richer, stronger, more dangerous. Tommy sets his sights on a bigger stage. London. But London isn't Birmingham. Here, power belongs to men like Alfie Solomons, unpredictable, violent, and impossible to control, and Darby Sabini, the king of the London underworld. Tommy walks straight into their territory and declares war, a game of kings to survive London. Tommy doesn't just fight, he negotiates, he manipulates alliances. He builds partnerships and breaks them just as fast, even teaming up with Alfie Solomons, a man as dangerous as he is brilliant. But behind the scenes, something bigger is happening. The government, the IRA, secret missions. Tommy is no longer just a gangster. He's being used as a weapon. The cost of power back home. The family begins to crack. Arthur spirals out of control. Polly searches for her lost children. And Tommy? He becomes colder, more distant, because every decision he makes costs someone something. Sometimes money, sometimes loyalty, sometimes lives. Grace returns just when Tommy is losing control. She comes back. Grace. But she's different now. Married, living a new life. And yet the connection between them? Still burning. Still dangerous. Still impossible to ignore. The assassination plot. Then comes the biggest challenge yet. Tommy is forced into a deadly mission. Assassinate a high-ranking official or lose everything. But Tommy Shelby doesn't follow orders, he rewrites them. In a tense, heart-pounding finale, he flips the entire plan, outsmarts the government, and survives once again, but barely. Power becomes a curse. Now officially wealthy, Tommy enters high society, politics, aristocrats, Russian royalty, but the higher he climbs, the darker it gets. Betrayals become deeper, enemies become invisible, and this time, the cost is personal, very personal. Loss that breaks everything in a shocking moment, Tommy loses Grace, the one person who truly understood him, gone, just like that. And with her death, something inside Tommy dies too. A man consumed. From this point on, Tommy Shelby changes. No more hesitation, no more mercy. He becomes something else. A man driven by power and haunted by ghosts. War with the mafia. Then comes revenge. The Italian mafia, led by Luca Changretta. A vendetta against the Shelby family. One by one, the Peaky Blinders are hunted, shot, broken. But Tommy? He doesn't run. He prepares. The final stand in one of the most intense showdowns, Tommy brings everyone together, old allies, new enemies, and flips the war. In a brutal finale, he destroys the mafia threat and proves one thing: you don't come for the Shelby family and live to tell the tale. The fall begins. Now at the height of power, Tommy enters politics, becoming a member of parliament. But this world is far more dangerous than the streets. Here, enemies don't use guns. They use influence, ideology, power, and slowly, Tommy begins to lose control. The enemy within the biggest threat isn't outside, it's inside. His mind, the trauma, the guilt, the loss, it all catches up. And for the first time, Thomas Shelby is losing. The final question at the peak of everything: power, wealth, influence. Tommy stands alone, haunted, broken, still fighting. But now, the question isn't whether he can win, it's whether he even wants to. So tell me, was it all worth it? The blood, the power, the empire? Or was Thomas Shelby always destined to lose the moment he chose this life? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more cinematic recaps like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and step back into the world of power, crime, and unforgettable stories. Because in the end, by order of the Peaky Blinders, no one ever truly wins.